Whew. Second halves,
Yeah.
right? Thank goodness for second halves. I think that I liked the pace that we started today. I think we came out with the right tempo. I think we were just a little bit frantic on our finishing and a little bit frantic on our passing the way that we started. Credit Indiana State for that. They're a great defensive team, obviously. They are at the top of our league in terms of defense. So we knew that was coming, and we probably just needed to get used to it. But I like how we came out, obviously, in the second half. I think we did some really nice things. But today, I thought that we became a better team because we weren't all on our A game. We all covered for each other a little bit.
Yeah, you're now 4-1 in the conference. You've got a bit of range. Are you a better team now than you were a couple of weeks ago? Or?
I think there's no question that we're a better team. How we're playing, we're just playing better together. That's what I mean by better team. Not just all of a sudden we have talent or we have this or we have that. We're learning lessons about really how we can stay as a team and how we can grow as a team and how we're clearly better when we are a team. I think our team believes that, and I think it's been really evident.
How much was the first half what Indiana State was doing versus maybe you were 2 of 9 from 3, and I did some quick math, and your home 3-point shooting was like about 31% until this second half here. How much was Indiana State doing versus you was just bound to fall? You guys had to get rolling.
I think it was probably a combination of both. I mean, like I said, I really liked the pace of our play, but I felt like on our finishes we were frantic. So it was like some of our layups we wanted so bad and we shot them, and then it was some of our threes. It was like we made the extra pass. I felt like we made the right passes, and then we just didn't take our time to just knock down the shot. So I do think that it probably had to do some with them, and I think it has to do some with you. I think there's probably somewhere in the middle, but in the second half, I think we just took it almost looked like and felt like we took a deep breath, and all of a sudden we shortened our passes. We still were making our extra passes. We were really looking for each other. I think a lot of our turnovers came from probably overpassing to each other. Which we'll take those right now. We can clean those up. But as far as playing as a team, I think you got to see really how we want to play as a team in the second half more than you did in the first.
Lizzie, what about as far as second half? I think the team hit its first 6 shots of the second half. You yourself as a long jumper and then a reverse layup. Was there a little bit of fire for you personally as you came out in the second half?
I think everyone on the team, we just knew we needed to regroup and come out with a lot of energy and come out and push the tempo and get back to our style of play in the second half. And so I think with that we were getting more shots and hitting our shots because we were in a better flow.
Courtney, big three-pointer. I think in the first half you had one that kind of stemmed the tide, dropped for them a little bit. And just coming off the bench, kind of, how do you see your role come on? Because it's obviously a pretty good team, but you contributed today, I think, a 4-6 shooting and 11 points. Mm-hmm. Kind of talk about your role a little bit, and are you kind of finding a stride a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. My teammates trust me to shoot the open shot, and tonight I came out and didn't hesitate with that shot. And we made the extra passes when they were there, so credit goes to them.
Well, I think, Courtney, I think it's one of those things where we have so much experience on our team, and it's like this. We just want to share with everybody, clearly. But no, we have so much experience in our team, and I think too many times we've, and especially Courtney, has really gotten to a point where she knows that she's a threat on the floor. We're only successful when we have 5 people that are threats on the floor, and we all know that there's 5 people that are threats on the floor. So the way that she's played in the last few games, the shots went down today, but she's shooting them and she's looking more, which helps our overall flow of the game. And so when she can do that, when she can play like that, that's exactly what we want, because then people can't have 2 or 3 people guarding Lizzie and nobody guarding. And so for everybody to be able to be threats, it's fun for them to play, it's fun to watch, it's really fun to coach.
Well, kind of circling back a little bit, how do you feel about how your team is now? Because Illinois State, you got a big one coming up with Loyola here shortly. You're kind of in that grind of the season now a little bit. Coach, just talk about this team moving forward. Are they now ready for that grind maybe?
I think so. I mean, we've got Illinois State on Sunday. We've got obviously a big matchup next week. I think we're at places where our inches, we're starting to learn the actual techniques and the skills, and our vision needs to get better. All those little things we've got to continue to work on. But the overall part of chemistry, we've really started to identify that and what it looks like and what it feels like. And so when you can have that not be one of the biggest challenges, I mean, you watch great teams with great players that don't have chemistry and they don't go where they need to go. This is a team that knows that they want chemistry. They know they want to play together. Sorry. But they love playing together, and they know that. And it's, when you've got the leading scorer in the conference who's telling someone else to shoot, that means something.
What was kind of the attitude or conversation like going into halftime when you guys had a 2-point lead? It could have been worse. It could have been better at that point. What was kind of the conversation like?
I think we honestly just regrouped. I mean, we just regrouped and said, okay, here's what we need to do. We need to take a deep breath. We need to make sure that we stay focused on what we need to focus on and less about everything else. Thank you. Come and get me, I guess. That was what we were saying. So I do think it wasn't like a mad tone. It wasn't like a we got to get fired up kind of a tone. It was, okay, let's just figure out and let's get back to who we are and let's play basketball. And you know what? The scoreboard's always going to take care of itself. You know what? You may not win the game, but you're going to give what you've got, and you're going to play your style. And if your style isn't good enough, then it's not good enough. But I don't think we're worried about the rest of it. So going back to your question, I think are we ready for the grind? That's my answer. Is we're going to do what we do. We're going to do the best that we possibly can. And some days the shots are going to fall. Some days they're not. Some days you're not going to get as many stops as you'd like or rebounds that you want. But we're starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, and for Courtney and Lizzie, did you guys kind of think that first half was just more shots were just not falling almost? It seemed like there was a bit of a lid on the basket.
I think that, and I think we were just a little slow and just, kind of like Jenny said earlier, just overpassing and dribbling a little too much and kind of got away from our style of passing and cutting and up tempo. And so I think it all kind of went together is why we weren't hitting shots.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And then in the third quarter, we came out and got in the flow of our offense, and shots began to fall after that because we were flowing.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.